Today I'm gonna teach you a very interesting chapter. But first, tell me, which is the first war of independence against Britishers in India for the independence? The answer is Revolt of 1857, well known as First War of Independence. So we are going to know about this in the chapter number 5, When People Rebel, 1857 and after. So you know, every single human being of India was affected by the policies of British government, as you can see on your page 51. Policies and the people here, like kings, rulers, peasants. So I must give you some examples so that you get the point in your mind. First example, let's take that the British government is like it has decided that the cotton price will be less now. So what will happen? The peasants are, and in other policy like the doctrine of lapse, who are affected? Kings and the people of the kingdom too are affected. Landlords, tribals, everyone was affected by different laws, but all were affected. Now Nawabs lose their power. As we can see, Britishers have smartly brought some new policies and tricky policies so that they get all the nation under themselves. Like, what were the policies? Have you recalled it? The policies like doctrine of lapse, paramountcy. So these were all how the British were smartly taking the countries under it. Like doctrine of lapse, I should explain you again. Like in this, if there is no male higher and the king is to no more, adopted son can't be making the ruler. So what was happening? This part of the country was given to Britishers, and like this, Rani Lakshmi Bai was suffering by this law, and Nana Sahib was adopted son of Baji Rao too. So what was happening? Please give our part, our ruling kingdom to us. But the company, confident of its superiority and the military powers, turned down these pleases. Now, Awadh was one of the last territory to be annexed by Britishers in 1801, a subsidiary alliance. You must be knowing that army of Britishers were kept in the no kingdom's king can have their own army. Britishers armies were kept, okay, and the Britishers were paid for this. Okay, Governor General Dalhousie declared that the territory was misgoverned. How these were the tricks how they were working. One more question comes to my mind. Mughal rulers were too there. How can the British so smartly make such policies, and Britishers and the Mughals didn't even argue? So, as we have read how they were decreasing the influence of Mughal, like they were removing the names of Mughal kings from the minted coins. Like you must be remembering in class 6 you have read about Noor Jahan's coin, or which was made 1849. Governor General Dalhousie announced death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, and he said no son of Bahadur Shah Zafar will be king. He was the last king, Mughal ruler, we can say. This, and all his sons were just prince. Now no one can become a Mughal ruler. Like this, they finished the Mughal rule. Now no one will be saying Mughals. Now everyone will think, well, there is no ruler who can rule if we even rebel against Britishers. So you are seeing now the peasants and the peasants. The peasants were first. What was happening? They were forced to sell their crops, their things at low price, and the second thing, they were even are dying under the debt. Like if you have 20 rupees, you buy the seeds of rupee 10, even because you have to grow lots of crops to pay tax, so that 5 rupees are even left at the home for your and survival. Now that 5 rupees will end till the crops are grown. Now you see that your crops are not grown properly, or they aren't growing. There are some problems like the pests have attacked the insects and anything else. So what will happen? You will have no crop. You aren't even having a lot of money so that you can pay tax of rupees 5, and your families, however, just surviving with that 5 rupees only. Earlier they go to other rich people and ask for the money, for which now later they have to give that money, and they failed into it. Like now you go to a rich person and take some money, like you take 5 rupees, which is the tax, and give it to the Britishers. Now how will you get this 5 rupees? You don't even have the money of seeds. You will go and buy from another rich person, and then you will say, I will give you, and now you grow, and now you think from where my family needs will be fulfilled, so you even take that debt. So like this, farmers were just getting in problem. Now you said that it's not always all time when the crops get bad or they aren't grown properly. Yes, I know that, but sometimes the tax was increased, like the tax was 2 times, like you have to pay 2 times tax. How will you get that much? Okay, like this, peasants were unhappy, and the Indian soldiers, Indian sepoys we can say, were too unhappy. They weren't given a good salary, not good food, neither they have a proper place to live, and even Britishers were break their religious beliefs. So it was a good situation for the Indian sepoys. No, there was no proper salary, no food properly, and trying to break the religious belief. 1842, the sepoys were told to go to Burma by the sea route. At that time, crossing the sea was against religious beliefs. So many of the sepoys refused to do this. What happened then? Britishers wanted to control Burma too under them. Britishers started punishing the sepoys, but yet any sepoy didn't cross the sea. At last, Britishers have to send them through the landways. But after learning a lesson from this, in 1856, company brought a law that if anyone is employed under the company's services, to follow all the orders of the British government.